Hi again everybody, and thank you so much for joining me here at Artlife. I'm Mrs. B, and today I'm going to show you a guided drawing activity. Now today we're going to work together to create this gorgeous colourful abstract giraffe. Now, I do teach you step by step. It is a guided drawing activity, so I'm going to show you and simplify the task so that kids of all ages can have a go at creating something like this. My daughter Sadie, who has just turned 5, had a go during the video, and so she's able to show you how this can be done by the youngest of artists. You can see that she's also been brave enough to have a go at adding her own touch to the artwork. So she's used some rainbow colours, some abstract kind of colours down here as well, and hasn't just copied exactly what I did, which is what I love to encourage. I want to teach you some guidelines, but not just to copy exactly what I've done. So follow me today and we'll have a go at creating something like this.
What you'll need for this task
is some watercolour paints, just like this. You'll need some oil pastels or some crayons. You'll need some white paper and a piece of black if you have it, as well as a Sharpie. Now I have some special products from Zart Art listed below, as well as a discount code for all of my viewers so that you can go and purchase some really fantastic materials. This is the Mikador brand that Zart stocks. This is about $14 and I absolutely love this palette, as do my girls. You can see it's very well loved and I think it's definitely worthwhile investing in one of those. So I have Sadie here and she's going to be drawing at the same time that I am. So we're going to start off with our first animal, and that is a giraffe, and it's going to be an abstract style. We're going to use lots of different materials. To start off with, we're going to draw in a grey lead pencil. Then we're going to outline everything with a Sharpie or some sort of permanent marker. Then we're going to add some colours with some oil pastels and then paint over the top with watercolours. Let's get started. Are you ready, Sades?
Yes.
Great. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is draw a nice big oval. Awesome. Now we're going to do a semicircle, which goes from the top here up and comes back down to the bottom. Wonderful. Now, to turn it into a giraffe, we need to give him something that looks like this. All giraffes have these. Have a go, they look like little mushrooms. So you need 2 lines coming out first. So do another line next to it maybe, that will help you. Good, and then now it's just like an oval or a circle running all the way around to the other side of the line. Excellent. And try that again on the other side. Perfect.
I did it.
You did. Now we need to do 2 triangles. What do you think? Oh, that's a bit silly, that one.
How can you rub it?
That's an eraser. Let's try that. Bit of a rounded triangle, one on either side. Oh, it's looking fantastic. Now, in this mouth sort of part, we're going to give him 2 big oval nostrils in the middle. In the middle. Good. And we're going to do his eyes by giving him 2 big oval eyes. And then on the inside, we'll have 2 circles. Giraffes have such long necks. We're going to do a neck that comes down, straight down. 2 straight lines. Straight lines if you can. Straight, sweetie. Try to make them straight, okay? That's okay, we can rub them out. All right, do you want to give him a smile? Wonderful. We'll also add some spots because giraffes have spots. Fantastic. So now you have your basic idea down. You're going to outline in a Sharpie or a permanent marker. It's very important that it is a permanent marker or is waterproof, because we're going to add water later, and anything that's not waterproof will just run and go all gooey, so we don't want that. So now remember, when you're outlining, we can't rub out a permanent marker. So we really do need to take our time. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect on top of the line.
Do it perfect sometimes, can't you?
It's tricky.
As I see, you didn't copy the lines.
No, yeah, it's hard sometimes, but that's okay. We'll rub out the grey lead. I'm just going to go over all the shapes now, Sadie.
Oh, I didn't do it.
Good. Just go over the lines that you want to keep. Any mistakes you've made, we don't need to go over those.
Look at that.
Excellent. It's very important when drawing and trying to draw neatly that you do close up your lines. For example, my artwork doesn't look very neat here because I haven't joined that line here. So whenever you're drawing lines, try to meet them as closely as you can. Colour in the little eyeballs, just like this.
How do you do it?
And now we're going to rub out all of our pencil marks. And a little bump, and that acts as his tongue.
Oh, I can't glue a little bump.
Just do your best. It's just like a bee. Boop, boop. Good. And you colour around the rest. At this point, you can add any details you like. You can give him eyelashes. You could give him a bow tie. You could do whatever you like.
I like to put eyelashes on.
Sure.
I like mine to be a girl.
Okay.
Why did you say bow tie?
All right, you can use a rubber now to try to rub out all these pencil marks.
Oh.
Now, there we go. Look at our gorgeous giraffes. Aren't they gorgeous?
Yes.
They are. So, we've done our drawing with a pencil, we've outlined it in a permanent marker, and I need to remind everyone that we're working on watercolour paper today. Just means that the paper's a bit thicker and it will be able to withstand the water from the watercolours. That's okay. And it will mean we'll be able to blend some of the colours. But before we do that, we're going to add some details with something else. We're going to add some details with some oil pastels and some wax crayons. Now, you can do one or the other. I'm going to show you how to do both so that you can see the outcome. Now, I'm actually going to use white.
White on white.
White on white. Yeah, it's a bit difficult because I can't really see what I'm doing. I sort of just have to trust where I'm drawing. Just drawing a few details around the spots here. It can be fairly random, but what's going to be so cool is that when we paint water over the top, something happens and it actually resists the water so that you can see the pastel. So, just doing some sketchy sort of lines. You can do some around the outside. It's just going to make your artwork look more interesting once we add colour with watercolours. All right, Sadie, you can have a go with that. I'm going to also have a go with some wax crayons and do a similar thing. You'll be able to see this a bit better because it's more of a yellow colour, but you'll be able to sort of see the effect of both. You can see I'm being fairly random with it. I'm not overthinking it. You could even colour in certain areas with different colour crayons if you'd prefer.
There.
Cool. You want to have a go at this one?
Done.
Cool. What about a little bit up here? What are you going to call your giraffe?
What did you call your giraffe?
Mine can be George the giraffe.
No.
Is yours Georgina? No. What's her name?
Elsa.
Elsa the giraffe. Okay. All right, we ready to do the last step?
Yeah.
Okay. We're using some watercolours and a fairly small brush. We don't want it to be too big because we do want to be able to paint with some detail.
Okay.
So we're going to paint with abstract colours today. Do you know what abstract means, Sadie? What does it mean?
I don't remember.
You don't remember, that's okay. Abstract just means that we're going to make it look as though it's not real. So realistic means real colours, so might use browns and oranges, but because it's abstract, we get to use whatever colour we want. Sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. I just want to show you what happens when you have an oil and wax resist with watercolours. I'll show you with some pink here. So I'm adding quite watery paint, and I can paint directly over my crayon and my pastel, and you can see that it resists here. Now, once you've had a go at one colour, I'd love to see if you can have a go at trying to blend with another colour. I'll show you what I mean. I've shown this in other previous videos. It just means painting another colour and getting the colours to kind of merge together. Now this doesn't happen if the paint has dried, so you do need to use water. You can just paint over the top with water. You can see that my colours are blending really nicely there.
It's going to be a rainbow.
Sweetie, you're not using enough water. That's why the paper's going yucky like that. So dip your brush in the water again, please. Stop painting, dip your water in the... Yeah, get some more paint on your brush, please. Good, you need to paint with more water and try not to paint over and over and over in the same spot. So keep moving away. Otherwise, the paper is going to go gross like that because you're just going over and over and over and over in the same spot. You're still doing it. Can I show you? When you're painting, you need to move the paint away. Not just keep painting over and over in the same spot. Otherwise your paper will go yucky. You also need to make sure you
Paper get yucky.
Yeah, paper can get really yucky if you paint over and over again. So you do need to continue to add water to your paint, otherwise it will dry out. It's continuous dipping into the water with watercolours. Something that Sadie's just learned is really, really important. If you continue to work in the same spot over and over and over again, your paper will start to go bally like this because it starts to sort of tear away. Now this will happen quicker if you just have a normal piece of paper compared to a watercolour piece of paper. But Sadie's just learned that you need to keep your brush moving and not just work on the same spot. You're making a rainbow giraffe.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think ours will be the best picture we ever done.
Really? Now, obviously it is preferable if your child or students are able to paint within the lines, but if they're not up to that stage yet or have had trouble with that part, it's not that big a deal because we are actually going to be cutting out our animal and mounting it onto another piece of card just so that the colours can stand out. But we'll do that soon. Keep going, Sadie, looks great.
Do you like it?
I love it. Fantastic, sweetie.
It looks almost the same as yours.
It sure does. Yours is even better. All right.
Why?
What we're going to do now is cut George out. And it's fine to leave a bit of a gap, but just try to cut with really neat lines. You see how I'm leaving a bit of a white border, Sadie? I'm going to try and cut around him like this. In doing that and sticking him onto a piece of black paper, it's going to make all the colours really stand out even brighter than they do now.
And it's just a fantastic extra element into the task. Cutting and pasting, especially sort of a tricky shape like this, is a fantastic skill for the young kids to learn.
Remember what my giraffe's name is?
What is it again? Elsa.
Yeah, Elsa.
Elsa and George.
Yeah.
And so you can see here, George sitting on a piece of black paper just really makes him stand out quite a bit. Your turn, sweetie.
Yeah.
They're very big scissors, so please be careful. Black paper. Oh, Elsa, you look gorgeous. All right, so pop lots of glue on the back for me.
Yours looks beautiful.
Thank you, my sweetheart.
Now I can draw in the middle. Starts doing glue.
That's probably enough, cutie. All right, lift him up. Or her up.
Yours is him and mine is her.
Okay.
I like to put it in my room.
Show the camera first. You like this? A couple of cute giraffes.
Oh.
You happy with it, Sadie?
Yeah.
Looks great. So it's as simple as that. I really hope you've enjoyed doing heaps of drawing today and had a go at creating a gorgeous giraffe just like this. Now don't forget, you could use these steps to actually create different animals. You could turn it into a cow. It could be a dog, just give it some floppy ears. So I'd love to see if you've adapted this lesson and turned it into something new. Please make sure that you tag me at Artlife Art Lessons on Facebook so I can see the cool things you're doing at home. Thanks for joining me. Bye everybody.